This is Don with Virtual 360 Images. Today we're going to talk about Costco's Photo Center, and how to put your projects and photo prints into Costco, or if you're going to have them develop or do your projects and ship them to your home or to your business. The procedure up till the end is identical whether you're doing it in-house or mailing to your house. This was prompted because of a letter we received about closing some of the photo centers in-house. So really all I've done is I had this video out there before on how to get them into the photo centers. So we've kind of added on to it, but we're going to cover the whole thing again. Once you bring up www.costco.com, you'll see up at the top it says photo. Click on photo. It's going to take you to the photo center home screen. A couple places to look at on here. Over to the left you'll see my photos. That's where you manage your photos. Over in the center you'll see upload pictures, and just above that you'll see login. You do have to have a login in order to do anything on here as far as submitting pictures, doing projects and stuff like that, and it is a free app anyhow. So let's go ahead and we'll click on login. If you've been on there before, your ID and password will probably more than likely stay in there. There is a place just on the left there if you do forget your password. If you do not have one, and we're not going to go through that, is how to sign up for a free login. It's pretty standard sign up as you run across for most anything that you need to log in online for. Most of it's pretty standard. You do have to have a Costco card in order to belong to it. Once you've logged in, this is the next home page you'll come to. We're going to, in this case here, we're going to add a couple pictures to one of our albums. As you can see in the middle of the screen, I have several photo albums that are sitting there. My pictures, Tea Room, February 16th, Reagan in January 2016. Those just happen to pop up. So, but I can go back and add to any of those albums, or I can create a new album. First thing we're going to do is we're going to click on upload. You got an upload button on the left and you got one at the top over kind of to the right. We click on that. The next screen is going to come up is how do I want to get those pictures. For me, I go to the upload photos from my computer, because any editing that's done to those photos, I do them at my level on the computers and do as much as I can possibly do right there. There's some reasons for that, and I'll show you later on that. If I get into some of the others that they list there, like Facebook, Instagram, I don't know about Flickr. I used to use Flickr years ago, and also Picasa. When you bring those up, first of all, Facebook, Instagram, most of those pictures are a low resolution before they were ever uploaded to Facebook or Instagram. Picasa plays games with you sometimes. Picasa, it's like if you're in Picasa and you try to email, it reduces the size of it, also reduces the resolution. So when you try to bring them in through Picasa, you lose a lot. So if you're just doing 4x6s, fine. But if you want to blow it up to an 8x10 or a 16x20, you're in trouble. I'll tell you that right off the bat. I do have accounts on OneDrive and Dropbox. Those do work just fine. I have on occasion brought stuff up that direction, but most generally I use upload photos from my computer. I know what those pictures are. I know they're the right resolution. I know they've been cropped for what I'm after. Once you've said I want to go do that, standard, I agree, it's a copyright statement. Get a chance, read that. You only read it once. I know a lot of people have never read it. Click I agree. The next thing it's going to ask you, do I want to put it in a new album, or do I want to select one of my previous albums? So you can see it, there's a drop down there. You can go down through there and pick out any one of those albums that you've done before and click on that. Then whatever you upload will go into that folder. If you're going to upload it as a new album, you can go on that line where it says new album and rename that to whatever name you want to call that album. Once you continue on, you'll get your dialog box from your computer. As you can see at the top, it's in a folder called Camera Club and a subfolder called 7 Lakes Contest. I just used that folder and grabbed some pictures out of there. You can see I've highlighted 5 pictures. Once I've highlighted those 5 pictures, I go down towards the bottom of that dialog box and hit open. Right away in the middle of the screen, you can see the name of the 5 photos that I was going to upload, also the size of them, and I can come up to the top where it says Start Upload. While the uploading is going on, you'll see a status, a percent of where they're at on each one of the pictures until it's been completed, until the whole page has been uploaded to Costco's website. Once it's been uploaded, it will go into the folder that you named. In this particular case, I named it Test Only right up here at the top, and there's my 5 pictures. If you'll notice also towards the bottom one of the pictures, I've circled it in red there. If you click on that little down arrow or hold your mouse over it, you'll see that you can edit the picture, copy it, move it, rename it, or put it in the cart. What we're going to do is we're going to edit it to show you that you can edit pictures on the Costco website. Down the right hand side, you can change it to portrait, to landscape. You can crop it. Very simple to crop. They've already got the dialog boxes there if you want to do 4x6, if you want to do a 5x7, 8x10, 16x20. Once you've selected that one, whichever one you want, don't forget to press on Apply. Then over on the other side, on the left side, you'll see that you can also go in there and fix some red eye, rotate your picture, change the brightness, the contrast, flip it, and some of those things. I said before, I try to do all of that stuff before I upload it. And down across the bottom, you can put some frames and stuff around it. I'm not a frame person, but I know they're there, and I've tinkered with them before. Once you've done that, you go back to this screen. Couple ways to print your pictures. The box that's circled up on the right side, about halfway up, says Order Entire Album. The other one is Order Selected Prints. If you look down towards the bottom on the mid to left side, you'll see I have a little checkbox in front of 2 of the pictures. Once I've selected my 2 pictures, I'm going to go up on the right side where it says Order Selected Pictures. My next screen is going to verify some things for me. One is over on the left. Do I want those in glossy or luster? I most generally pick glossy unless I'm working with some black and white pictures. Also just below glossy, you'll see as is or white trim. White trim is a border around them. As is borderless. In the middle of the screen, it'll show that I'm ordering 1 each 4x6s. I can change that. I can go down and order 1 or 2 5x7s. I can also order the 1 4x6, or I can go up and zero that one out and change it to anything. Remember, whenever you make that change, click on that word Apply. Otherwise, it won't happen. I stayed with the 4x6, and you can see beside the one on the left, there's a little funny character there. It indicates that that picture is not cropped for a 4x6, and it's giving you an option of correcting it. If you ignore it, it will crop it where it thinks the crop should be. May not be where you want it. So you need to go in and correct that by clicking on that funny little symbol. The one on the right, there isn't any problem with that picture. Once you click on that funny little button, you can see it will indicate what it thinks should be the proper crop for a 4x6. You can slide that box up, down, you can make it smaller, leave it that size. In this case here, what I would do is just slide it up closer to the top so that I get the top of that building. Once you get done, over on the right side of that white box, apply crop. Don't forget to do that, and go down to the bottom and click on Done. You can also come on down on that same screen. There's a place if you want to put that on a CD or DVD. And I do this on large projects. I used to do it myself, put them on CDs and DVRs. It's so much simpler. If I've got 200-300 pictures to put on a DVD, it's a lot easier just to let Costco do it for $2.99 and I'm done with it. Once you get everything done on this page, go down at the bottom over on the right side and say Continue. This is the method that this was originally designed for, was pick it up at the warehouse. And that's normally where I used to collect, the warehouse being right across the street with a photo center right there. And normally I could pick my stuff up in an hour if it's printable in the photo center. If it had to come from out of town, then they would deliver it there and let me know when it's there. This is a biggie to me. If you've gone in, like I said, I correct a lot of my pictures before I move them up there. If you're shipping up the original picture, it has details in the background of that picture and it knows what some of the original settings were on your camera. If you leave autocorrect on, it will go back in and it'll reset it back to what the camera settings were, even though you've made changes to it. I found this out the hard way when I didn't notice that that was there. I lightened up some pictures that were dark, had them printed, and they got them back dark. And when I asked them about it, they said, "Did you change autocorrection?" As much as I've been doing this, I didn't pay attention it was even there. So you need to turn that off. No matter if you corrected it online or corrected it on your computer, easiest way to do that is just a little bit over to the left. You'll see the word Edit. I got it circled in red. Click the word Edit. You'll go to this screen. Down towards the bottom it says Do Not Autocorrect My Print. And click on Continue. If you'll look at it, now it's turned off. After you do this a few times, it'll just automatically default to off, but I still check that every time I come through this. In-store printing, as you can see, it'll give me a time, an estimated time that it'll be ready for pickup. They will send me an email when it's in process. This is where the change is to this video. We just recently received a letter from Costco that they're closing a number of their in-store photo centers. Everything will have to come by mail. In my case, the one they're going to leave open is during season is an hour away, one way, and I don't want to drive 2 hours to get it. It would have to be one that I need for a client or somebody that I need right away. I'm not driving down there for onesies and twosies. So I'm going to have to start mailing. We had a photo center and a Costco directly across the street from our housing addition where we live. So I've added this to it. Mail my orders. Everything up to this point is the same. But once I click on mail my order, I go to a different screen. I've kind of scrambled up my name, shipping information. I'm doing 5x7s in this particular case. I'm going to ship it to my address. Now that'll stay the same. There is a place there to click and say change if that address is not correct. Or if I want to ship it to a different address, or you can default the thing over and do it there. Down at the bottom, it'll give you also an estimated delivery by ground. In this case, it's going to be Friday the 9th through Friday the 16th. That's kind of a misleading because they've normally done this in 4 to 5 days. You'll have it. Go down at the bottom, press on Continue. If you don't already have a credit card in there, then you'll need to put one in. The standard screen for putting in credit cards with the card holder's name, whether it's a Visa, MasterCard, card number, when it expires, the CVV number that's on the back. We should all be familiar with that. And the billing address and everything for the card. Once you've filled in all of that, that should stay with it the next time you go in. And then click on continue. It's going to come back around. Now we're going to catch this again, because if you were going to mail it versus putting it into the store, you wouldn't see this screen. So you're going to see this screen, auto correction off. We already turned it off a few minutes ago. Check that. Your card information will appear down below. Your mailing address will appear. The billing address will also appear. On small prints such as the 5x7s, 4x6s and stuff, I'm not seeing anything as far as shipping and handling cost. You can go down below right now and click on print to print that screen, or in my case, I normally wait. I press on continue. It will automatically send one to my email address. So I have a confirmation in my email address. The thing is that we've learned talking to Costco and removing some of the photo centers from their warehouse stores is there's only a few things that are not going to be available. It's still a good program. It's still a good deal. I have still gone out and checked around at some of the other places that have in-store or in-drugstore photo centers, and I still cannot beat the cost of Costco, even in most cases where they've even added the delivery charge. A couple things that are going to be removed from it is they're not going to, on mail order to your home, you will not be able to do passport pictures, photo restores, refilling of ink cartridges, and converting movies to DVDs. That service is not available online. But if you look at what I've got up here, and I got the square box, if you come down that square box, you can still get your acrylic prints, art gallery banners, still get your calendars. You can still do canvas prints, collages, Disney, gift cards, metal art, which I have done a lot of. I swear by the metal art that is done at Costco. Photo books, I don't know how many photo books a year. Still the best buy. I have looked at that. Yes, I can find it cheaper, but then when I look at the overall book, Costco is normally $29.95, 30 pages. I can get them other places for 26 and 27, and when I got to looking at them, it's 20 pages. So you have to look at apples for apples when you're trying to do comparisons. Magnets, coffee mugs, poster boards, prints, and sports. So all that stuff is still available. It's just a matter that you may have to wait a little bit longer when you do the mail order. And yes, in some cases, the larger stuff, the photo books, which I always had to wait 5 days for them anyhow, had them delivered to the store, didn't cost me anything. There is going to be another $4 or $4.40 for per book for delivery, which moves the price of the book up a little bit, but it's still a good deal. The metal art, the price for that's going to go up because of the shipping, but not that much. Still cheaper than if I'd go someplace else to get it. So there are other deals out there, but you have to look at each one. Overall, I think Costco photo centers are still the best bang for the buck, and I hope you continue to use it. You need to go in and try it, practice, and the more you use it, the easier it gets. I want to thank you for watching this video, and I wish you good luck.